How many times have you wished you didn't have a clutch to press a million times in bumper-to-bumper traffic? Sure, you have a choice, buy an automatic, right? But then, automatics are expensive and they are not as fuel efficient as manual transmissions. But now, you have a choice. The Maruti Suzuki Celerio with India's first auto gear shift. Auto gear shift? What's that? Let me explain. This is Maruti Suzuki's auto gear shift transmission, which it calls Easy Drive. It's not an automatic, it's not a manual. It's an automated manual transmission, so you have no clutch. How do gear shifts happen then? Well, that's all taken care of by electronics. What you have is a regular 5-speed transmission, but instead of having to press a clutch, there's an electro-hydraulic shift actuator module atop the gearbox that does that for you. The gear selector has 3 drive modes: reverse, neutral and drive. Keep the transmission in N to start the car, keeping the brake pedal pressed. Just pull it down a notch into D like you would in a regular automatic to start driving. As your RPM increases, you just need to modulate your throttle action a little to effect upshifts sequentially. But if you want to drive aggressively, you can keep the throttle pressed and the upshifts will happen at maximum RPM. Suppose you need to increase speed suddenly, all you need to do is floor the throttle and the kickdown switch will then downshift the gears for you. The driver can constantly keep track of which mode or gear the car is in by looking at the gear change indicator on the instrument panel. If you want to get even better control of the car, you can shift to manual mode. Here the car will hold each gear you select. You can shift up or down sequentially, staying in the gear you want. And if you let the RPM drop too low, the car will automatically downshift for you. So what's the advantage of this kind of transmission? For one, it behaves purely like a manual transmission. There is a clutch, but without the clutch pedal action, making it easy to drive. 2, there's no risk of stalling the car as it has a creep function, which is great for bumper-to-bumper traffic. And 3, Maruti offers a fuel efficiency of 23.1 km per litre that's entirely possible because there are no transmission losses due to slippage like a regular torque converter automatic. So those of you who are looking for an automatic to drive in the city but didn't want to miss out on the feeling of control you get with driving a manual transmission, here's your answer: the Celerio Easy Drive, a car with auto gear shift that takes the pain out of city driving.